Hi guys, so I've just made this video on my Facebook page, which is NU Journeys Counselling, and you can head on over to the Facebook page if you want to see the live version of this video. But I've also decided to start making the videos for my YouTube channel separately as well, because I really appreciate my subscribers. I appreciate all of you that contributes to the channel, that leaves comments, even if you don't like some of the content. Because I know that when it comes to coaching, counselling and different topics, not everyone's going to agree, and I'm happy for you to leave your comments as long as they're respectful and there's no getting personal. You don't have to agree with what's said, but you can leave your comments, and I always appreciate people getting involved in discussions and things. So this is something I hope many of you will be able to relate to, and that is 5 reasons people with depression don't talk about their depression but should. And in light of recent events, especially in the UK, with a presenter who struggled with depression and unfortunately took her own life, this is kind of becoming more talked about now, not just with that particular person, but I think now that lots of celebrities or people in the public eye are struggling and they are coming out and saying that they struggle with mental health issues, it shouldn't really take that for us to be aware, but I think it's making a difference. But there are so many people that are walking around smiling with masks on, pretending that they're okay when they're not okay. And there's a reason for that. And the 5 reasons I believe that people don't talk about their depression. The first one is that they feel like they will burden everyone and bring people down. So I worked with a client many years ago. I'm not going to break confidentiality, but the one thing they said to me is that they don't tell their friends how they're feeling because they don't want to burden them. So in this particular case, they were saying when they go out for a night out for a drink, they don't really want to be there, but they don't want to say no because their friends are just going to keep pestering them. But when they're out, they don't want to be there, but they can't say to their friends, I'm just not feeling this, or I'm feeling a bit low today, because they feel they're going to be burdened, they're going to bring the whole party down. And that's how a lot of people feel. They feel like they don't want to talk about it because no one wants to hear it, but also it's then putting the burden on the other person. So what happens then is people keep it inside instead, and that's one of the worst things you can do. The second one is that you feel like no one will be able to understand or help you. So not just for mental health, but in lots of situations, people feel, what's the point in talking about it? Because you can't change it. Me talking to you as a counsellor, you're not going to be able to help me. You can't really understand what I'm going through. You're not in my shoes. And to a certain degree, it's true that we're not in someone else's shoes. My personal belief is that it's not about fixing people. When I became a counsellor, it was never about fixing people. And even just my personal philosophy in life is that nobody is completely broken. Everyone is going through challenges or going through situations. Talking about it can sometimes help. Understanding the person and their story can sometimes provide relief to the person. But it's about taking that chance, take that risk. Say to yourself, do you know what? Maybe the person won't understand me, but I'm still going to talk about it. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to hide how I'm feeling. I'm not going to be secretive. I'm not going to put on a mask. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell this person, yesterday I felt like crap. A few days ago I was feeling like what it would be like for me not to be here anymore. 2 weeks ago, when I had all these letters come through the door wanting money from me and I haven't got the money to pay, I stayed in bed all day. I didn't open any of the letters and I just wanted to die. The reality is there are people who are going through really strong feelings and emotions, but they're feeling that no one will understand. There's a bit of shame attached as well, so they just don't say anything. But what's happening is they're slowly dying inside instead. Number 3 is when you get stuck in the negative thoughts and feelings when you have depression. And I know that my sister experienced this because she had depression for many years. You can start to believe those negative thoughts and you don't want to share them with anyone because you're going to feel judged, but you also feel like a bit of shame. So if your negative thoughts are telling you that you're ugly, so don't go anywhere today, or the only thing you deserve is to stay in bed, you don't deserve to eat, you don't deserve this, or you're not good enough for this, or whatever. They're quite strong negative thoughts to have and to experience. So to share them with someone, it would take a lot of courage. And for many people, they can't. There are many people with depression who the thoughts are so bad, they feel that they're so bad, that they will never share them with anyone, not even a counsellor. And I think it's about you as a person thinking, the negative thoughts are winning. They're going to get control over you. You're allowing them to be more powerful than who you are. And we don't want to give negative thoughts any power. The idea is to get rid of them and replace them with positive thoughts, or to just get rid of them altogether. And you're not going to be able to do that if you're stuck with them in your mind and you're not sharing them. So the fifth reason that people don't talk about their depression is fear of being judged. And I could do a video about this on its own, because in society at the moment, judgment is a massive thing. We're being judged on everything: the way we look, the way we talk, the car we drive, the way we dress, the job we do. You know, most people you meet will ask you, you know, how old are you? What job do you do? They won't ask you how old you are. Some people will if they're, you know. But there's too much judgment, you know, on how you're meant to be, how you're meant to act, how you're meant to behave. So certain people in society are not going to feel included. They're going to feel invisible. They're going to feel judged. They're going to feel like it's better to hide the depression. Many people won't go to the doctors and want that get a diagnosis of depression because they don't want it on their record. They don't want their job to find out. They don't want anyone to know. I know that there's probably loads of people walking around in the UK and worldwide with undiagnosed depression because they just don't want it. They don't want the stigma. And there is still a lot of stigma on mental health, unfortunately, which is really bad, because the media have portrayed some of it, that, you know, anyone who's mentally ill is going to go around and stab random people, or going to be shouting and crazy, or walk around with their hair unkempt, or with crazy eyes, you know. And that is not the reality of people with mental health. Most people with depression, as I've said, all of these presenters and these celebrities and these singers